This is a brief snapshot of your relationship, the current state of the union, where you are at this moment in time, and how your partner may be feeling. And of course, this Two of Cups is the significator for your relationship. Now, you have the Four of Wands and intuition. So you can really rely on your hunches right now. Whatever you think about a relationship or whatever you're observing or taking in, you're probably on point. It tells you whether, this relationship is worthy of moving forward. Do you actually want to be involved with this person? And, it may come through you socializing. Maybe, you're at a social event or some kind of social gathering, a restaurant, a coffee shop. And your intuition is also at play in matters about whether you want to move in with someone, the right property for you, the right environment, whether you want to get married. And it also drives the decision about how to make something better. The Four of Wands is one of the most fortunate cards in the deck. It gives you the ability to find at the very least where you stand in the relationship, and it offers the opportunity to create win-win situations. If you're looking for that happy ending, this card allows you to create that opportunity to fulfill it. And so strongly relying on the pearls of wisdom that you've gained throughout your past experiences and in this relationship, you can determine whether this is something that you want to go forward with. Is it worthy of your time? Does it lead to the place, that is the destination point of your goal? Now, your partner is characterized by this Five of Pentacles and past life. This may be a connection from the past, whether that's in this life or another incarnation. Your partner feels like there's some unfinished business, perhaps, between you. There's a lack of faith, maybe, in the relationship. Perhaps a couple of things didn't pan out the way this person had hoped. They may feel rejected. They may be experiencing health challenges. They may have financial issues. So they may have a history of difficulty. Perhaps it's a lack of spiritual perspective. It's too much focus on the material and not enough on the inner. Too much focus on the external world. So for some of you, you're dealing with somebody that maybe can't get over the past. Whether that past actually has to do with you or not, it's something that they're dragging around with them. Now, maybe, they may look at a situation and do some review of the past and realize that maybe the relationship or the circumstance or the connection is not as difficult or challenging or as bad as perhaps they are viewing it. But there's some kind of change here that affects emotional or financial security. And this person, again, may feel very rejected. Maybe they have low self-esteem, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who has a history of being on the fringes of society, whatever that means. Maybe they didn't live a mainstream life, or maybe there's some things in their past background that they're not particularly proud of. So there's a sense of being different, not being accepted, either by the world at large or by you in this relationship. Now, it's characterized by the sign of Aquarius. And for some of you, maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius person. This could be their sun, their moon, or their rising sign. Or perhaps you have Aquarius strongly featured in the chart. But for the most part, your romance is one of difference. There could be a strong sense of being in the relationship, but yet the desire to maintain your independence, your selfhood. Maybe you feel like that, or your partner does. This could be a relationship that has a lot of stop and starts. or it doesn't follow the natural flow or what others may perceive as traditional or conservative. And maybe you enjoy that. Maybe this is a very bohemian relationship, one of intellectual exchange, where you're both continuously surprising one another in a positive way, with a lot of mental stimulation and probably a great deal of humor as well. But for others of you, this is a relationship where there could be a lot of rebellion, a lot of confrontation. Somebody may be very stubborn, wanting to do things their way. There could be some aloofness, or someone is very detached, or the relationship feels somewhat, in some respect, maybe a little bit cool, a little bit, a lack of intimacy, a lack of real closeness. At times, the relationship may even feel more like a friendship than romantic. Or it could be that friendship is highly valued in your relationship, that when you partner, you feel best when your lover is also your friend. Now, you have Page of Pentacles and Nine of Wands. So maybe you're very determined to make plans, and it could be socializing, it could be, again, moving in together, getting married, and yet your partner is bogged down by this history. There's some kind of rejection or lack of faith in the situation. Maybe this person is withdrawing. They turn away from socializing or the prospect of creating some beneficial changes. Now, it could be somebody's been rejected. Maybe one of you is looking at greener pastures, and that's always the problem. Never satisfied. Maybe it's better over there, or maybe this person is better, or maybe I'll find more fulfillment over here. And that prospect probably doesn't deliver. But there is a very small opportunity here for gain. Maybe you're planting the seeds that would allow you to grow, whether that's emotionally or financially. Maybe there's a focus on education in some way, or young people, but you're making some kind of plans that have the potential to offer some growth in this partnership. One of you is very determined, or one of you is, it's testing your endurance level. You may be wondering how much more energy or stress or tension you can even take on. There is a finish line in view. You're very close, but you're not there yet. There's a little bit more work to be done in this relationship or on self for either of you. It could be that someone is very protective of whatever they feel, belongs to them, or protective of self, very guarded. And it's because you've been through a lot together or separately. There have been a lot of life lessons, and those that come with some hard knocks. And so you may feel that, there have been a lot of ups and downs. You're struggling with maintaining, but you are surviving. You're still hanging in there. Or you may feel like your partner has really put you through the ringer. But your experiences have helped to shape who you are. And so you're coming into your own by realizing how you have to take responsibility for yourself, and how perhaps you've probably played a role in where you are right now in this relationship. So that would be positive. But for others of you, it could be either you or your partner is just not getting the lesson. And so you're staying stuck in a particular mentality that has you on repeat. It's difficult to make progress if you never understand why a situation played out, what the point was behind it, and how you can do it better the next time. Now, the underlying energy is the Tower and privacy. Some of you, maybe you are quietly working behind the scenes on a divorce. Maybe you don't want others to know, or you're shocked, that your privacy is disrupted in some way by some kind of revelation or a disruption or interruption. it could be that either of you has issued some kind of statement that has taken the other one by surprise. So something is going on behind the scenes. Maybe, something that was meant to be private suddenly comes out about your relationship or about a partner or about you. It could be that, some kind of negotiation is very confrontational, or you're making some major life changes that you want to keep very personal, and they don't have to necessarily be negative. Maybe, you want to change your residence, or you want to find a different job, or this is a new lifestyle you're taking on, whether that's a marriage, a divorce, a separation, having a child, whatever. You're making some plans. And maybe you want those to be beneficial for both of you, but maybe, there's a lack of faith that you both can win. Whatever it is, you're having to reorganize your life in some way or some aspect of it, because there's a major disruptive change here. Maybe you're gaining some insights, or you're coming up with some great ideas, or maybe again, something is shocking to you and it's causing you to change. You're having to let go of something that felt comfortable, or you were telling yourself it did. And now fate has stepped in because of the refusal to take a new direction where you may have been stagnant, and you're being forced to rebuild on something that's better than what was. For some of you, maybe there is a health challenge taking place. This would be something unexpected or some kind of emergency that either depleted you emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually. For others of you, it could be that you suddenly meet someone or gain access. There's a small opportunity and you're determined to take it. This may be a situation where there wasn't a lot of faith because somebody was very guarded, very difficult to know, very private, difficult to access, and suddenly you've gained entry. So, many things could be happening. Whatever it is, there's a change in a new direction. You're making some kind of plans. Perhaps they've tested your stress level, your endurance. You may realize, though, that your intuition is either telling you this is not going to work, or it's telling you, hey, it's not as bad as it seems. Maybe you're seeking a situation that offers the both of you greater freedom, more independence, not necessarily a separation, or perhaps you've decided, again, to part and go your separate ways.